Now here is today's echo.
In high school, Jake always humiliated Aaron. He called him names, spread rumors, and made sure he always felt small. Aaron endured it all in silence. Years later, the tables turned. Aaron was now the hiring manager of a major tech firm. And guess who walked in for an interview? Jake. The bully froze when he entered. Life has a way of handing us moments like this, doesn't it? Those perfect chances to get even or give people what they really deserve. They make revenge or retaliation always feel sweet, don't they? The bully who made your life miserable, showing up years later needing your help. The co-worker who tried to embarrass you, suddenly tripping over their own mistake in front of everyone. That friend who betrayed you, showing up at your door, broken and desperate, needing your help. Have you ever had one of those moments? In those moments, it feels like the knife is in your hand. When you hold power over someone who has wronged you, the question is, what do you do with it? David once stood in that same tension. Saul, the man who threw spears at him, chased him, hunted him like an animal, walked straight into David's hiding place, unaware, unprotected, and the knife was right there in David's hand. David's men whispered, "This is it. Finish him." Every argument for vengeance made sense. Justice, survival, payback, all of it seemed reasonable. But David didn't strike. He crept forward and only cut off a small portion of Saul's robe. Later, holding out the torn piece, he said to Saul, "I could have killed you, but I didn't." Saul, shaken, wept and confessed David's moral superiority with this rhetorical cry. If a man finds his enemy, would he let him go away safe? The expected answer was no, yet David did. He defied the code of retaliation. He refused the instinct of revenge. Let's be honest, most of us wouldn't have shown that kind of restraint because our reflex is simple. You hurt me, I'll hurt you. You insult me, I'll insult you. You break me, I'll break you back. It's predictable. It's primal. It is the instinctive code we live by. But why is it so hard to rise above that code? Why is it that only few people choose to restrain themselves from acting on the natural inclinations? Because something always whispers, if you forgive, you look weak. If you release, you look soft. If you help, you look foolish. And no one wants that. So when we finally gain the upper hand, the temptation is to strike harder than the harm done to us. Yet scripture says otherwise. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. If your enemy is hungry, feed him. Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. These are the higher forms of discipline and restraint we are called to. Restraint is the guardrail that prevents anger from spilling into destruction. It transforms moments of potential conflict into opportunities for mercy. To restrain yourself from retaliating and harming someone is to recognize, as David did, a greater truth. David said, "The Lord forbid that I should raise my hand against Saul, the Lord's anointed." That awareness restrained him. He exercised restraint because he recognized that Saul was still God's anointed. Deeply flawed? Yes. Unjust? Yes. But still marked by God and occupying a God-ordained position. What if we could see people that way? Not flawless, not even safe, but as image bearers of God even when they wrong us. As fellow humans, fallen, yet loved, broken, yet redeemable. As people whose positions, however flawed, may still serve God's plan. That perspective changes everything. It can even pierce your conscience as it did David for doing something as small as cutting the corner of Saul's robe. But does this mean we deny wrongdoing or pretend the person isn't harmless? Of course not. Mercy is not naivety. It does not excuse sin, nor does it demand that you place yourself again and again in that path of destruction. True mercy refuses to blur the line between right and wrong. David stepped out of the shadows, but he did not rush recklessly back into Saul's reach. He kept a safe distance, the space wisdom required, and then confronted Saul with the truth. He spared Saul's life, yet still named Saul's actions for what they were. That is mercy. Mercy is anchored in truth. Every day, life is filled with versions of that cave moment at Engedi. Every cave moment gives you two wells to drink from. The natural well of retaliation, it tastes like bitterness. Then there is the divine well of mercy. It tastes like freedom. To retaliate is ordinary. To show mercy and restraint is extraordinary. It is divine. It's a powerful witness to the heart of God, where justice and compassion meet. And when you choose the extraordinary, people often notice. They may even, like Saul, be moved to bless you. So, the next time you find yourself in a cave moment, the next time the knife is in your hand, remember this message. Remember Jesus, the one who, when reviled, did not revile in return. Mercy may look like weakness, but in the eyes of God, it is the strongest thing you could ever choose. It is a higher form of victory. When mercy holds the knife, it saves lives. God bless you.